you decide to heal, pay attention to the people who become distant and the people who say, so what's the plan? I don't think you understand. I said you have to get out of your own way so the person you're becoming can get in front. There's nobody stopping you but you. I was having a conversation with myself the other day, and I said, you'll risk everything to show how much you love someone. But how much would you risk to show yourself that you love you? Big energy.
What's going on, y'all? This is Brian E. Sibley. I'm downtown Chicago right now, and I'm rocking with Zayn P on Let's Talk Radio.
Brian E. Sibley.
And I have a special guest in the building, man. Chicago's own Brian E. Sibley. What up, bro?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
How you doing? My name is Brian E. Sibley.
Brian E. Sibley, the man himself.
With Brian E. Sibley.
This man needs no introduction. Brian E. Sibley is...
Look out for this dude. He's about to take over the world.
Yeah, you know. Let's go. I can't wait to meet this, bro. Hey, I appreciate you. You put a lot of thought and energy and effort into this. It makes a difference.
Sway asked what was your background, so did you...
My background. So I've been a motivational speaker for the last 8-9 years. I'm a Navy veteran. Shout out to all the Navy veterans
yeah.
in service and
So
retired and that are still currently in. So doing that allowed me to be a part of a college readiness program, okay? Through the college readiness program.
Okay.
Oh, presentation pulling up.
Presentation. He's pulling out
Yes.
a
I was able to do the first original success profile at 14 years old. So that's what it's about for these young people. Seeing where they are today to be better tomorrow.
Yeah.
It ain't about what they're looking at today, the polished version. It's about this guy right here.
I like that, man. I love your work, brother.
Yeah.
And I love your passion, right?
And for you.
Y'all want to be successful?
I love being successful.
All right, well then let's start out with, I was a member of BPA 20 years ago.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle, pay the price. Wanna slot out the road of dice. All my life, been grinding all my life. All my life, been grinding all my life.
Welcome to another episode of the Big Energy Podcast. Today, we are here with Brian E. Sibley, here to tell us about his book and his journey. We're going to talk about where he been, where he going, and what's next. All right, let's get to it. How you doing, brother?
Man, it's a blessing to be here, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, for sure.
Big energy, man. We in the building, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. So first, I want to know where you started at, where you grew up at, what's your stomping grounds?
Grew up on the south side of Chicago, man.
Okay.
Known as the Woodlawn community.
Okay.
It's kind of right by Hyde Park in the University of Chicago area.
All right.
So with gentrification, University of Chicago bought up everything, man. So my hood don't even look like the hood no more.
All right. Mm-hmm. That's good to
The
hear.
row houses that I used to see every day going to school, man. Listen, they put some money into it. So townhomes now or something, you know? Absolutely. But it's still the hood, man. It's still my stomping ground.
Right.
Yeah.
They just look a little sunny now. Look a little different.
Man.
Yeah. So you went to school out there as well, or did you just only have like a stomping grounds out there, only in middle school, high school?
Yeah, no, I'm born and raised Chicago, man. Yeah, man. Primary grades, I'm talking about middle school, all the way up to high school, for sure, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, one of my stops throughout my school career was in Detroit, right? So my sophomore year, I went to Detroit. My mom got a job transfer, and we moved up there, man. Shout out to Northwestern High School. You know I love y'all. Shout out to the Colts.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, during the Chicago time, what was that time for you like that? What was your energy and personality like out there before your shift?
You know, man, shout out to my older brother, right? Because I got a lot of that from him.
Okay.
You know, just knowing how to move and maneuver throughout the streets. When you got a brother that's 4 years older than you, he's already been through certain stuff.
Absolutely.
Right? So you kind of taking on good patterns and bad patterns.
True.
Right?
True.
But, you know, I would just say through my parents, man, I was able to just stay humble first and foremost, you know?
Yeah.
But maneuver it the right way without getting, you know, any wounds, you know?
Right.
I'm blessed to say that.
No,
Because a lot of people can't, you know?
No, absolutely.
But of course, you got
to get flowers for that. No, hey, because everybody don't get a chance to make it. That's a blessing.
Yeah. It's different players in the game. I mean, you know, you're going through second grade. Like I was recruited for games in second and third grade because I was a one-man show by myself, you know?
Right.
But I chose to go another direction, you know? I was playing ball, man. That's all I really wanted in my life was a basketball.
Basketball?
That's it.
What position you play?
I played small forward and then I would play center.
Okay.
Because I would be tougher than most people center, and I've always been tall, right?
Okay.
So it's about being able to box you out, basically.
Right.
You know, that's really what
Right.
what a positioning is, you know?
Right. I mean, you was talking to me like I didn't know.
Hey, man.
We can find the court after this.
I gotta make sure you know,
All
man.
right.
Yeah.
No. We good. This episode is brought to you by Everything Dipped. Treats before you eat, a luxury taste that you do not want to miss. So make sure you go tap in and get your treats before you eat. Do you hear what I'm telling you? Everything Dipped.
Yeah, but shout out to my elementary schools, man. Arthur Ashe, Henry O. Tanner.
Right.
And I'm saying the specific names because I never did this before, you know?
Right.
And then John Fitz, which is where I graduated 8th grade middle school.
Okay.
You know, and that's where, you know, we're going to get into the book a little bit later, but we're going to get into the origin of that. But
sure.
Shout out to all my schools.
For sure. Now, once leaving Chicago, what took you away from there to move you on to having this rich before the money mindset? What put you in that way?
Rich before the money is way down the road, man. Okay. I would say we had the mindset of being rich before the money without knowing it, before the money even came into existence.
What was that like? What was the stomach grab? What was that like? Doing it unknowingly. Because a lot of times we could be in a position of setting gems for ourselves that we don't even know we're setting for ourselves until you look back and be like, if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't understand this journey right here.
So basically, you don't know what you're doing in middle school. Right. You don't know. You just kind of maneuvering. Like I said, you hanging with who you want to hang with, but you're also paying attention to where people say they're going in life, right? And it's just certain patterns, certain trajectories that, you know, somebody gonna stay in the hood, right? Like literally at my school, you got 4 generations of families. Right. They never moved out this neighborhood. Right. So it's like, do you want to be a repeat of that? Right. You see what I'm saying? Absolutely. So like, talk about recidivism, right? Yeah. When you say, I don't want to go back to jail, what are your steps that you're taking when you get out of jail? Absolutely. Not to be a recidivist? It's a formula to this. Absolutely. You know, but actions mean more than words. Absolutely. You know? Absolutely. So I just tell you. So after basketball practice, some of my guys who parents really didn't, I ain't gonna say they didn't care about them, but they didn't know where their kids was, right? Right. I would just bring everybody over my house. We'd eat all my mama food up. Right. We'd play Game Day 2000. Right. Until my mom was getting ready to come home. Now we straight, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, doing all that. But it was to keep my homies out the way and out the streets. Yeah. Because we got a game on Friday. It's Thursday. We don't need you going to get involved in nothing when we got a game tomorrow. Yeah. Go home, get some rest. You fool because you just ate all my mama food. Right. So yeah, man, that's the kind of dude I was, man. I was careful not to be judgmental of people's circumstances. Understandable. Yeah. I had my dad growing up. A lot of kids ain't had a dad, right? Yeah, so I made sure not to, project that on the kids or my friends that didn't have that, right? Because that could make them feel a certain type of way, make them be resentful, right? So yeah, at the end of the day, it was just about growing together. If we was gonna grow together, if not, then I gotta. One of the things that you mentioned, I want to touch on. You was talking about people being locked up. Yeah. Let's put it in its perspective for everyone. We call it isolation. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of people who isolate themselves. They don't have any intentions of growing. Right. You can isolate yourself figuring you're protecting your peace. Right. But in protecting your peace, does that mean that you're going to go find yourself? Or are you just protecting your peace from not wanting to grow? Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? Absolutely. And so that's why I was saying when you said about people, a lot of people who they get locked up, they don't make those changes. Mm-hmm. And that's how I feel when people talk about being in isolation. I want them to understand this is a time for you to better understand you. To plant your roots. Absolutely. To understand who you are and who you're becoming. Absolutely. Because a lot of people go isolation just to not have to worry about nobody telling them about themselves. Or people seeing them, Because we all enjoy looking in the mirror until somebody see us. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And nobody wants to talk about their reflection. Right. You know what I mean? Because one thing I want to say before we get back to you is I tell people the company that you keep on the inside will determine what you attract on the outside. Right? 100%. So a lot of people don't understand they're dating and networking with their reflection. So a lot of your circle is depending on how you carrying yourself. Right? 1,000%. Right? Absolutely. Reason why we're sitting here right now, the rich before the money energy and the big energy feel like good energy to me. Amen. You see, we here, we chilling, we smiling. Sure. It's good. Sure. That reflection keep on rolling. Yeah. You know what I mean? Moves around the room. And when you got somebody who comes in and they just the blue person. And I love blue. You know, and I love blue. Always sad, Right. It changes up the room. Right. Go ahead. Continue. Yeah. So just growing with the friends that I felt that would challenge me. I want to shout out a couple of them. Rico, Jimmy, my boy Lindell. Man, listen, boy, I love y'all to death. My boy Russ and Brandon. Yeah. Yeah, like we all just grew with each other, in our respective ways, going our different directions, still keeping respect for each other. Yeah. But basketball was our root, man. We don't want nothing to do with nothing else, honestly. Yeah. Basketball is definitely a great outlet. Good team sport. Teach you how to get along with people, communicate, put the blueprint together, because you got to learn the plays.
You know?
But then to take it a step further, we had extracurricular activities, right? That allowed us to be exposed to different types of environments.
Absolutely.
Right? So we go into college campuses during the summer.
Yeah.
Right? Some of our friends just waking up at 12.
Yeah.
We didn't already been up at 8. Right? We about to get back off the bus from a college campus, right?
Yeah.
And so now our mind is even different. You know, we go to the court, we're like, man, we just met this person today downtown.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we want to keep that going. And these also spiral into letters of recommendation.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? So you don't know you connecting these dots the way you're doing it. You're just being who you're supposed to be.
Letters of recommendation.
Honestly, that's it.
Letters of recommendation. That means that your network is your net worth.
Yeah.
All right? Yeah. Letters of recommendation. Absolutely.
These kids, I think they want too much of something for something. And it's like, do it because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
The right person gonna see you doing it naturally.
Absolutely.
And you don't know what door that's gonna open up.
Absolutely.
You do not.
Absolutely.
And then we talking about basketball, right? I wanted to go to a school that was selective enrollment.
Yes.
You got to take a test to get in this high school.
Yes.
There is no, oh, mama, go sign me up. There is no, you go take a test on a Saturday.
Yeah.
They will let you know if you, basketball star or not.
No.
And that's why, something like this blueprint we're going to talk about later is very important for you as a human being foundationally.
Absolutely. I'm big on that, who you are as a human being foundation.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things I like to tell the people is your mentality determines your reality.
Yeah.
Right? And what that means is how you think it up here, it's how you're going to see it in your vision. How you see it in your vision is how you're going to manifest it out your mouth. Right? A lot of people hear that, but it doesn't resonate with everybody because they're like, man, whatever. Like, I was thinking about something the other day and it didn't happen. Doesn't mean it happened right away. You got to have patience, right? You don't get the plant the same day you plant the seeds, right? So, but everybody wants the fruits of their labor without putting in any labor, and that's the most important thing that I'm glad that we're having this conversation because I want people to understand, like, it's not just me. You out here too, giving that good energy to people to let them know, you know what I mean, where they can be and where they can go. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I want to say this. Didn't you came here from Vegas, right?
Yeah.
I want to put that out there because a lot of you people will not travel for what's meant for you. There is a destination that is there for you, and you have to go out and get it. You can't just wait for it to come to you. That whole thing about the faith in the mustard seed, sometimes you got to take a leap in the bound. You got to take a leap in the bound because you never know.
Absolutely.
A lot of people won't show up to interviews because they got to take the bus. I was just telling somebody before, I said, a lot of people get a car and stuff feeling like walking is for the poor. And you never know what you got to do to get to your destination. Absolutely. This episode is brought to you by Compton Vegan. It is time for you to make some lifestyle changes, and one of them can be having that Compton vegan food in your life. Do you hear what I'm telling you? I'm talking about taste that you cannot deny. You wouldn't even know, even if you did know, because it is just that good. Go check it out, Compton Vegan.
So just to put the audience in perspective, right? I grew up less than a mile from what's known as O Block today. Back when I grew up, it was called Parkway Gardens.
Okay.
And so that just kind of gives you the optics of the type of environment, the type of community and elements that I come from and had to, go through essentially,
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it was easy. When I look back at it, it was so easy. And that's what I want to do for these young kids.
Absolutely.
It's easy to make it out of where you at right now.
For sure.
Y'all making it difficult.
Yeah.
By distracting yourself with the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. What they consuming is detrimental. It's not elevation.
Right.
Right. And that's the difference.
Right. No,
You're talking about what you consume up here. So if you consume the right, guess what? It's coming out in your behavior. It's coming out in how you walk. It's coming out in how you talk.
Yeah.
And guess what? The people with those same type of traits that they look for in you, man, listen, they're gonna open up them doors. Simple as that.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree with you 20%. I was just having a conversation with myself. Sometimes I do that.
Yeah, absolutely. We do. Geniuses do.
Yeah, sometimes I do
Geniuses
that.
do.
And I was wanting to tell the people, like, don't confuse zodiac signs with trauma, with real trauma signs.
Yeah, man.
Don't confuse zodiac signs with real trauma signs, right? There are a lot of people who are acting the way they're acting because of where they had to crawl to, where they had to walk through, and in the backyard they grew up in. Right. A lot of times when we are creating friendships or dating someone, we are talking to them based off their background or what they were like as a child. They just grew up and made those rules and those morals that they learned work for them as being grown, right? Okay. And sometimes some of those things can come off as a childish way because they didn't really find out how to mold it into being this grown person that they are.
Right.
They still got the teenager mind energy, but they grown.
Yeah.
So, you know, and sometimes we have to look into that with people when they hurt, because some people really just want a hug.
Right.
You know what I mean? They really just want you to be like, "What's up, man? You good?" Like, "Yeah, man, I'm good." Like, "Dang." It's like, you ever notice how people be surprised? Like, "Dang, I can't believe you asked me that."
I think it's just what coast you grew up on, right?
Yeah.
You grew up on the West, right?
Yeah.
Chicago, they speaking to you.
See?
And it's not just in passing, right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Most of our families are derived from the South, right?
Yeah.
They migrated from the South, right?
Yeah.
So the morals and values are already instilled.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's on you if you want to display
Yeah.
what you were taught
Right.
when you go out into the world.
Right.
That's really the difference. But yeah, no,
Sure.
people speaking to you out here is
Yeah.
a little bit,
Yeah.
they taking back. Like, hold on, what you want from me,
Yeah.
I was like, I want to know how your day is genuinely,
Yeah, and if you're smiling, right? If you're smiling, some people like take your happiness personal too.
Right,
You know,
right.
what you so happy
Right.
for? Like,
Right.
I'm alive.
Right.
Like, I'm thankful for the day. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Does that resonate with you?
Yeah.
And for some people, that really don't resonate. And a lot of people are just walking around just being like a shell of themselves.
But you gotta understand, a lot of them don't know who they are foundationally, so they never tapped into their passion and what would make them happy.
Right. Right.
That starts back, we could say primary grades or middle school, right?
Right. Right.
But it's gonna change and shift. That's what people gotta understand. It's gonna change and shift.
Yeah, for sure.
Based off of your interests,
Yes,
right?
yes.
That you become captivated by.
Yeah.
And so once you figure that out, it's like your path should become clear.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But it's not a lot of people who figure that out ever.
No, absolutely not. No, it's
Ever.
not, because it doesn't. Because it's a mindset that doesn't click for everybody.
Mhm.
Because a lot of us were raised in an environment to where you go to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You clock in.
Absolutely.
At a certain age, you start thinking about some kids. At a certain age, you're supposed to already have it allegedly.
Think about repeating the cycle.
All this stuff is allegedly, you know?
Mhm.
And when you talk to people most of the time throughout their day, they'll tell you the same thing that they're doing 7 days out the week.
Yeah.
They went to work, they came home,
Yeah.
they cooked, they
Yeah,
went to
yeah,
sleep.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's nothing wrong with that, though.
There's nothing.
Cause we need y'all.
Yes,
We need,
not against that.
we need y'all.
not against that.
Yeah.
But you'll never find what your true gift is if you stay in your box. If you don't step out of your comfort zone.
That's a fact.
And I know it's scary. It's not easy. Sometimes it's broke being out the comfort zone.
Yep.
Sometimes it is rich being out the comfort zone. But then sometimes you can be not have no friends out the comfort zone.
Right.
It's a lot of things that you could be lacking outside the comfort zone. But you got to find a way to be okay without those things. That's your safe haven in order.
So when I first moved out here
Yeah.
to LA, right,
Yeah.
I was homeless.
Okay.
And I had to make myself uncomfortable
Yeah.
in order to grow,
Yeah.
right? And I'm going to just speak on it. Instead of sleeping at a woman's house, I slept in my car.
Makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Right. For
Yep.
close to 8 months because it's like, no, I can't be so comfortable. She ain't waking me up when she go to work in the morning. You see what I'm saying? So when I get on the computer, guess what? It's noon. Everybody, all HRs have already checked their inboxes for the day. There ain't no job coming your way,
Yep.
right?
They went to lunch. They have work.
There you go. Sleeping in your car gets you up. 8 o'clock, 8:30. Boom. I'm right on the computer when I need to be.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Now they tapping into my inbox right away.
Yep.
And I did that for 3 months straight and got a job, man. Shout out to KLS, the limousine service in the Valley.
Couple of things I want to touch on. Number one, the fact that you took the initiative to sleep in your car is a major key.
Shout out to Tanisha. That's what I'm saying. Shout out to you, girl.
It's a major key because a lot of people won't take that initiative to just separate themselves.
Yeah.
You didn't separate yourself just because you wanted to be stubborn or whatever. You understood that the person that you were next to was not heading in the direction that you were going.
No. It's the thing. She already situated with her job
This
situation.
is what I'm saying.
I got to get
Yeah,
right.
But I'm saying, though, when we surround ourselves next to people, we want to surround ourselves next to people that make sure that if I rock with you, if I want to up and up, and I know you got something going on, hey, I'm out of here, but make sure you get up and get to that.
I like not getting woke up, though. I ain't gonna lie to
you
you.
want
That's
your
what I'm
sleep.
saying. I want my sleep, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like not getting woke up. That's what I'm saying. It was uncomfortable.
It was uncomfortable.
You got to think. I'm coming from the military. You know, I'm a Navy veteran.
Yeah,
We already woke up at 6:30 every day of my Navy career.
So finally be able to just sleep, you like.
So when we out of the Navy, we ain't trying to woke up. We ain't trying to wake up.
Right.
So I like her not waking me up, but I needed to be woke up.
Right.
Yeah. That's accountability, though. Let's talk about that. Being self-accountable.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. What? How long did you do that?
Almost 5 years in the Navy.
Okay.
Shout out to all the Navy veterans, active duty, everybody, National Guard, everybody, Coast Guard, Marines. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
My honor.
For sure.
My
I appreciate you. When we talk about accountability, that's a very uncomfortable subject. Yeah. Accountability is very uncomfortable. Let me say it again, very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable because accountability peels back so many layers for people. So many layers for people. I'll tell you the first thing that comes to my mind. A lot of times when people say they have depression or anxiety or they're in a dark place, I want them to understand that you have to be responsible for your actions when you're in that place. You may not think you do, but you do. Because the people that love you, the people that care about you, they miss you when they don't hear from you. Your opportunities miss you when they don't hear from you. So a lot of times when they finally come out that place and they're feeling like themselves, they go, hey. And the other person that is missing them is sad. And they think they being inconsiderate for being sad that they missing. And it's like, no. You do owe them, hey, I know I've been gone. You know what I go through? I'm back.
I just went through that.
My apologies. You know what I mean? Like, you owe them an apology. And
no, I did. This is when I was publishing the book. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Yeah, I cut everybody out.
You owe them an apology.
Yeah.
For the ones that you know
absolutely
that really be there
for sure. Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people like to vocally say, no one's ever here for me.
Yeah.
No one's ever in my corner. Those people there, you keep pushing them off. You keep shutting them off. Because once again, we talk about that isolation. Yeah. Sometimes we feel like we're stronger by ourselves. In some situations, isolation is good. In some situations, isolation is not. Because sometimes you are missing those people who give you those gems that you don't be thinking about when you're in that place. There are people who see us from the outside looking in, have a better understanding of us. And I know what I'm saying what I've been through myself. I've been in those dark places.
Yeah.
I've been in places where some days I don't feel like, this ain't for me.
Right.
Not today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I also know I made a promise to myself and a responsibility that I wanted to reach the people and share the energy with them on things that I'm going through and help them understand that there's somebody that's going through what you're going through, but I'm still here to deliver that energy. Right. There's some of my videos where I wake up and say, I didn't even feel like it today, but I know I need to be here for you. And not just for you, I have to show up for myself.
Yeah.
That is the constant reminder we have to tell ourselves to show up for ourselves daily. A lot of people want to show up for everybody else. You got to show up for yourself first. You don't show up for you, you're going to show up in an empty shell. Yeah. So, accountability. What's your take?
I mean, we've had to go through all of this, man. For us to be in a position of expertise that we're in, we've had to be vulnerable.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And now we just kind of laying it out on camera so everybody knows it's not nothing new.
Right.
Two strong black men, lions.
Yeah,
all right, for real, big energy.
Yeah,
rich before the money.
Yeah,
up here confessing to y'all, letting y'all know it's not been easy, right?
No,
You're gonna go through every range of emotions.
Absolutely,
you can think of.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's all about how you overcome it, the people you got around you, right, and how you navigate it. That's it.
Right. No, for sure. Accountability to me is different when we talk about vulnerability.
Yeah.
Because being vulnerable is a different,
it's a whole nother beast. Yeah.
Because believe it or not, you have to have confidence in order to be vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not a confident person, you won't be able to.
Absolutely.
Because you have to not worry about what people think about you.
Yeah.
In the moment, if you're crying.
Yeah.
In the moment, if you got to make ugly faces while you're trying to be strong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like to use vulnerability as my strength. That's the way I take on vulnerability. I'm okay with being honest about me or what I got going on before you be honest about it.
And just to piggyback back to the accountability, right?
Yeah.
There's a word that they use in the Navy that I didn't know prior to joining the Navy.
Okay.
Integrity.
Okay. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Right? That's a deep word, man.
Yeah.
It really, really is. And I mean, it's an intangible that I feel is being lost.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Right? Because of the uprise of social media and everything, people are losing those type of intangibles.
Absolutely.
Right? And that's why we're here now, man, to put this on the platform and let it be known, like, look, this is not what y'all dealing with right now.
The integrity, since you brought that up, there are a lot of people who feel more comfortable with chaos than peace.
Yeah, absolutely.
Than peace.
Absolutely.
That's why a lot of people sit at home or wherever they at, you hear a couple of gunshots. If it ain't penetrating nothing, they're like, oh, yeah, okay. Turn that TV up a little bit more because I can't hear it. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
It's regular to them.
And then talking about vulnerability, I had to be vulnerable during the pandemic. I didn't want to, but I ended up, going to therapy, where I had to be extremely vulnerable, not right away.
Yeah.
But once I found the person, Dr. K, who I felt like being vulnerable with, it all came out, man. And that's the healed version of what you're seeing right now. And that's why I shine brighter than the light, because it's like, man, listen, you get all of this dark stuff out of you. Listen, man, your skin start glowing. Like for real. And this is something I want to be completely open about, because young black men growing into men, they need to get this, man.
I think
they need to get that.
I think that's very, very important. Very, very, very important when we talk about the young black men.
And I had trauma from the Navy, so I had to go back and get this wiped out, or I was going to be saying F the Navy the whole you know what I'm saying, the rest of my life, brother.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
that's what I want to tell you. The 2020,
everybody
being locked inside of their home.
Locked inside.
Everybody found out that you was not Superman or Superwoman.
Facts.
You also, if you're a believer, you also found out that God was real.
For sure.
Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people started praying a little more.
For sure.
And, and we ain't going to talk about the people who started becoming a little bit more wine drinkers. I understand. He was inside. I get it. But, it was a moment to where you really couldn't run from yourself. Right. You was in a relationship. I had to really understand, like, I really don't like you sometimes. You know that? Like, no, I love you, but like, you getting on my nerves because we can't run nowhere.
Same thing with the parents and the kids.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Parents really found out they don't have any control over their kids, right? So why would your kid have control at school?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Right? And me being a certified life coach, I was, tasked to life coach these kids through the pandemic. And I was just like, listen, you have to put a structure in place in order for me to come in and give them what they need.
Absolutely.
So you're absolutely right.
Absolutely. No, for sure. And when you talk about young black men, I want to just talk about the black youth in general. I want them all to hear this, the black youth in general. We have to celebrate one another more. Like a lot more.
Yeah.
Like, to me, to my knowledge, somebody might drop in the comments and say different. I don't think we celebrate our culture enough. We have a lot of history and a lot of things to be proud for, but I don't think we celebrate it enough. I think when we put out things to show our pride about one another, it needs to do 1 million every time.
Yeah.
Not like 1,000, not like 100K, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we are responsible for a lot of trends, a lot of brands, a lot of cultural things.
The economy itself.
A lot of things that have been invented from stuff that we wear, from things that we use, you know what I mean? All the way down to our rhythm, but they don't want our blues.
Right.
All right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was a bar. Yeah.
So, it's a constant thing. And I was having a conversation yesterday. I was telling them, when I wake up every day, I don't have an interest in having someone leave this earth. Right. That's already going to happen naturally in whatever state, however that works out.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to speed nothing up for you.
Yeah.
I hope everybody wins.
Speed nothing up.
I hope everybody wins. You know what I mean? I hope everybody wins. I hope you win. You know what I mean? Because everybody has a gift. Everybody has a responsibility, regardless of what that may be. Because a lot of people think that because their job they feel like it's here and it's not up there. No, those little things matter.
Absolutely.
When you driving that road, if those light reflectors are not on the road, you're not going to see where you're going at night. It don't even matter if them headlights is on.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So, there are a lot of people who have a lot of gifts and a lot of things inside them. They need to figure out how important it is to keep doing what they're doing.
So when we talking about black youth, this is my field right here, man. It's just, they're being asked about their grades, but not their goals.
Yeah.
Not enough talk about their goals, Yeah. And then when we talking about the youth itself, we have to understand what they're consuming, and how to circumvent that.
Yeah.
We have to, and we do that by putting out more podcasts, more episodes like this, more champion of each other.
Yeah.
To me, it's a simple fix. It really is. I just don't think people want it as simple as it is.
Yeah, for sure.
They don't.
Yeah.
We said too much of we need to do better. For us to be 10 years later, we still talking about do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's where I come in at. Yeah. I don't shun anybody for doing it, but being on the ground level, man, it's very impactful, and it's necessary, and they want it. They want it.
Yeah.
They want it. They don't want little babies to look up to no more. They want somebody else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? With all these RICO trials going, come on, man. Darkness from Chicago.
No, you're not wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
You're not wrong.
That's not a clear example of what could happen. in your face.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're thinking about. I don't.
Once again, I agree with you 200% because I feel like a lot of the people who are on trial and going in and out, being behind bars, it should be more of a documentary on saying this is what this is what you shouldn't do. This is where it's going to end you.
But we gotta have this real talk though. We in LA, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Man, it's like a badge of honor out here to go to juvenile detention center or YA, whatever they call. It's a badge of honor, man. We gotta erase that, man. We have to eradicate that being the badge of you being a man. That's crazy as hell. And I only heard this when I came to the West Coast. I didn't hear this in Chicago, man. That ain't what dudes is out there trying to inspire. Not when I was growing up. Maybe it is now, but it's ridiculous now, man. And it's to the point where it's being shouted from the mountaintop.
I think I totally agree with you. I think that when you in and out of lockup and you out here battling over concrete that you don't have real estate in, you see, that makes a difference. You gonna argue about something that you really put some money in.
Absolutely.
You done bought the block.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You out here supporting people. You out here doing things for your community.
But we can't support each other enough for that even to start. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's such a man.
Now, mind you, I'm not acting like I didn't grow up around that.
Yeah,
I know about that.
For sure.
I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Because that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, but
you're right.
At a certain point, we have to elevate. At a certain point, you got to go legit.
That's a fact.
At a certain point, you got to make it make sense.
That's a fact.
You're doing all this dirty hustling. You got to get it clean.
That's a fact.
At some point, because I understand doing what you have to do until you can do what you want to do.
So before the Navy, man, listen, I'm going to just go ahead and get like the backstory, right?
Yeah.
I didn't walk my high school class as a senior.
Okay.
You probably like, what?
I'm listening.
I didn't walk the stage as a graduate when you know what I'm saying? I had to go to summer school, okay?
Yeah.
That derailed me from having to go to the Navy for 6 months. Mm-hmm. So what am I supposed to do for 6 months before I can go to the Navy, right?
Right.
I don't have no school to go to.
Right.
So what am I supposed to do to get money? Feed myself, right?
Right.
So I got in the streets myself, right?
Yeah.
So you saying at some point you got to go legit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost didn't go legit.
See?
And this is 2007, right? But ho. Y'all listen to this for real. Straight up.
Yeah.
2007 hit. 2008 was what? What happened in the economy?
What happened in 2008?
The recession.
Absolutely. Uh-huh.
The recession hit. By the time the recession hit, guess what? I'm already in the Navy. Gotta go legit at some point. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nobody had no money during the recession.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Shout out to you, Nip.
Perfect time.
Yes.
And that was a line for you too. Because a lot of people don't get that chance. So that was a blessing.
The only person I cared to talk to on Veterans Day was my Navy recruiter. Because if it wouldn't have been for him, listen, man, blowing up my phone, hey, I know you're doing what you're doing, man, but I need you at this hotel on this date, blah, blah, blah. Hey, man, I don't know if I'm going, man. This money too good. I'm literally this money too good, man. I don't know if I'm going. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm with my partner. Shout out my boy E. Shout out my boy Rob. Shout out to you, Brian, because they don't call me Brian in Chicago, but shout out to Brian. Yeah. And we was all in the streets getting money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm just glad you just said at some point y'all gotta go legit, like for real.
Some point you gotta
go. It ain't gonna last forever. It ain't. And I'ma say it. I was cracking cards. Y'all know what cracking cards is. So y'all looking at a published author who used to crack cards. This is exclusive for you, brother. I saved this all for you because I ain't never said this.
Hey, I'm quiet.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so that's what we doing, man. Listen, man, leave the street shit alone, man. Get some legitimacy about yourself. We will show you how to structure businesses, LLCs. I'm an author. He's a podcaster. We got a videographer. You see what I'm saying? It's many other ways and directions and arrows you can go.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely many avenues that you can go. But a lot of you don't know that because they're too busy glorifying everything else.
Absolutely.
You know, they tell you that the person behind the desk is corny. They tell you you're working a 9 to 5, you're corny. They tell you you're a podcaster or a motivator, you're corny. If you're a life coach, you're corny.
Right. Let's drive a little deeper, okay? So look, that's why we got something like this called the Blueprint. For all the parents out there, the educators, the decision makers, this book right here, and I'm gonna read you one of the pages, okay? I'm gonna read you one of the pages. What are your top 3 college choices or vocational studies? That guy that's on the road, excuse me, putting the reflectors down. That's a trade. That's a vocation. Yeah. Go to school for that.
Yeah.
We need you. We need plumbers. We need electricians. We need all that. We need carpentry.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm in Vegas, man. You know how many new developments going up, man? Listen, man, the carpentry jobs is like around the corner. That's it.
Yep.
So like I said, we got the solution now, man.
Yeah.
I hope they ready for it. Because it's coming.
Hey, I hope they listen.
Yeah, absolutely. So vocational studies, keeping you independent out your mama's house with a thriving career. It don't get no better than that. And guess what? You legitimate.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen, y'all.
Yeah.
What we doing?
Yeah. Hey, and there's nothing wrong with having a trade up under your belt, just like he told you. A lot of you feel like having a trade or having something to do is for suckers, is for weak people, is for corny people. It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
There's nothing wrong with making some money while you prepare your dream, while you get your goals in mind. You still need something to take care of yourself, to make sure you're good on a daily basis. And when you walk into these rooms and you meet with these people, you can look like something. You can feel like something. You don't always have to be grimy in order to get to where you need to go.
Perfect word, man. Perfect word.
You don't always have to be that way. A lot of people think they have to go through this ugly phase of looking bad. I mean, if that's happening for you, I get it. But once you get a chance to do something better, do that. Don't just do it on purpose. Don't go through this moment where you just drop everything and you out here hurting. Don't do that. Don't do that. Make sure you're taking care of yourself while you're on the grind.
Yeah. It's calculated risk, man. It's calculated risk. Legitimate risk. Yeah. You know? That I advocate for.
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, I see you put up, about the book.
Yep. The Success Profile, y'all. The Success Profile, man. Listen, man. Newly published author. It was published officially on Super Bowl Sunday. I woke up to the text on my phone. Amazon, your book is... I got a published book. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, man, it was a weight off my shoulders, but it was like, you got more to do. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to push it out, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But that feeling, that text, man, and I screenshotted it, because it's going in the book later on.
Yeah.
It has to. Yeah. It's a high energy, revolutionary, transformative workbook for middle school and high school teenagers. Mm-hmm. It has what you call excerpt pages in there, right? So if you're a kid and I'm presenting you something called the Success Profile, who are you? Because I never heard of you before. You ain't big on TikTok.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who are you to be telling me about success, right?
Right.
And how to get there.
Right.
So throughout the book, you can read these excerpt pages that give you a part of my journey of how I got to where I am today. Okay. There's a Navy page in there. There's a page of me speaking on, you want me to, I'll show some of the pages. Okay. Speaking on pages. So on stages around the world, I feel at home. You know what I'm saying? Right? And then I'm going to go to the Navy page. And then the rest, y'all got to buy it. All right? The best decision that I've ever made. Right? So you can read about why this was the best decision that I ever made. You see what I'm saying? So this is one of those type of books. It's thought-provoking. A couple of the pages, just to give y'all a couple of them. Why is it important to have a positive attitude?
Why is it important?
Man, listen, we big energy, you rich before the money, baby. Listen, baby, we yielding what we want out of life. That's why.
Right.
That's why it's important to have a positive attitude.
Right.
Absolutely. Just a short form, okay?
Yeah, okay.
List some ways that show you are a leader.
What's some ways?
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
Oh, no. We're not giving that away. We're not giving that away. Oh, no, we're not giving that away.
I tried, y'all. I tried.
List the persons in your school or community that offer you support. Now, as that young person is being held accountable, guess what? The adults are being held accountable.
Absolutely.
That young person has identified you as a placeholder in their lives.
Right.
To say mom, dad, choir director, basketball coach, band director, whoever that is, my uncle, right?
Right.
Listen, I feel you can help me elevate to these next levels of my life.
Right.
I look at you as a special person. I respect you. They're emoting now, right?
Yeah.
So then that person says, I don't know what to help you with. I don't know because that's not in my wheelhouse, right? Mm-hmm. What is it that you need help with? So I laid it out for you. Okay. I'm going to show you. Resume development, interview preparation, letters of recommendation, mentorship, test skill building, volunteering community service. And I know y'all don't know this, right? But volunteering community service, especially for my sophomores, my juniors, this is huge when you're talking about applying to colleges because they want to know who you are as a human being. What else are you going to contribute to their campus outside of you playing sports, football, basketball, whatever that is? Yep. Who are you as a person?
Yep, absolutely.
How you going to add to my campus?
Yeah.
Because this is billion-dollar business we're talking about. Yep. And they don't want nobody that's going to be destructive and not able to take authority with, you know? Right.
With that being said, he's letting you know that your character is more important than any material thing that you can carry.
That's a fact.
Because I can guarantee you today, if the day ever comes for you, they're not going to talk about how much money you had. They're not going to talk about, you doing all these exquisite things. They're going to talk about your character, how you were as a person. Yeah. So if you're building up anything in life right now, make sure you're building up your character.
Yep.
That's most important for sure. And be kind to people too. Like I said, your network is your net worth. So you have to be very mindful about that. You never know who you're having a conversation with or who you're talking to. With that being said, tell the people where they can find you.
Hold on, man. I'm gonna take it a step back.
Go ahead, man.
Gotta take it a step back. Listen, so look, there was an origin of the success profile. At 14 years old, I filled out my very first success profile. And the reason why is how I was welcomed into it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I was disrespecting my mathematics teacher, Miss Boop. Shout out to you, Miss Boop, but rest in peace. I wasn't doing her homework. That's taken as disrespect when you were in school, you were in middle school, right? And this was back in the day where respect was huge, right? This was back when your neighbor could discipline you.
Yeah.
The next person could discipline you and chastise you.
Right.
Okay? So the word got out in the teacher's lounge, he being disrespectful. He not doing my homework. He goofing off in the class because I'm a leader, right? But a leader could be a good leader and a bad leader.
Absolutely.
All right? Got it. There we go. So one day I just went home and nobody checked me. Nobody said, do your homework. Nobody said nothing. One day I just went home and I was just like, I'm not cheating on nobody else's homework. I'm not cheating off nobody's homework. Right. And the girls, shout out to y'all that let me cheat off the homework. They already knew what it was. It was like clockwork. Like, you need my homework? Yeah, you know, come on, you already need my homework, right? But the teacher, look, the teacher got smart though, right? The teacher got smart. The teacher said, I want y'all to start showing y'all work. When she started showing her work, there was no loophole.
That's
it. And it took more time to cheat because now you got to hit the equation down.
I'm upset. I wasn't even there. She had to do that. Go ahead, though.
Look, man. Yeah. So I was like, I'm not cheating on nobody else's homework. So I went home, started doing my homework. I did this for like 2-3 weeks straight. Now, I'm not even bullshitting y'all. I'm not even playing. All right? The teacher said, whoa, he doing his homework. Now, the other teachers, they starting to lighten up. I went from cheating off the homework to being the homework checker. And when you the homework checker, you run the class. You the extension of the teacher.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So now, guess what? Window opens up. Language arts teacher, Miss Harris. Again, rest in peace. I'm sorry y'all not here to validate this. Miss Harris, my language arts teacher, was like, hey, Brian, there's a program, college readiness program. Shout out to you, Gear Up. Would you like to be a part of this? I wasn't even asked to be a part of this when I was doing what I was doing. Right. So allowing me to be a part of this college readiness program allowed me to fill out my very first success profile. This is me at 14 years old. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm in the class, I'm in the venue, I'm actually showing this up on the screen so that the kids can see it's about 14-year-old Brian. It ain't about Brian with the chains and the car. It ain't about that right now. It's about this right here, structuring who you are foundationally. And when they see this man, listen, I'm not even kidding y'all. They start filling out the book without me even seeing fill it out. I literally, because I'm still going through this on the screen. I literally have to come back off of this and say, I didn't say fill it out, y'all. And they're like, oh, okay. But they ready to go, man.
They was ready locked in.
They ready to locked in, man.
That's a beautiful.
So that's the type of impact and influence that we got out here, man. And I want to say shout out to everybody that's been supporting it. You know, sure, you witnessed it firsthand, man. Down in Atlanta, Orlando. We debuted this at Business Professionals of America, which is a huge youth leadership conference. And I was also a part of BPA, Business Professionals of America, when I was a sophomore in high school in Detroit. And that's why I mentioned Detroit. Yeah. So, no, man, we've been doing this. And I want these kids to be locked in as early as they can because they can become successful quicker than me, you and me. 200%. If they listen. 200%. 200%. If they listen. 200%. They could already be driving what they want and have the houses they want. They just choosing to take the long road for some reason.
Because it doesn't click it's the risk. They're scared of the risk.
I believe we are the right messengers because it's about the messenger too.
200%.
It's not the message, it's the messengers.
All the time.
And we can get through soon. Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I agree with you.
For sure.
Tell the people where they can find you.
Y'all can find me on all platforms. Brian E. Sibley. That's Twitter, TikTok. I just started my TikTok is rich before the money. TikTok is rich before the money. Everything else is Brian E. Sibley. That's BRIAN, middle initial E, Sibley, SIBLEY. But we finna end?
Yeah.
No. Shout out to my designers, Kenyatta. Shout out to Juanita. Shout out to you, Chef V. Shout out to Jimmy. Shout out to Kobe. Shout out to Mr. Russ. I love y'all. And these my Vegas people. Oh, Janae, shout out to you too. These my Vegas people that's on the ground level with me, man. Sorry about that.
You want to tell us about?
Nope.
That's about people?
No, we good. I cannot. Oh, shout out my new manager. My new manager, Sheena Flowers, y'all. Listen, as of 2026, it's out of here. Y'all not going to be able to talk to me directly. Talk to my manager.
I just want you to know this conversation has been so hot that
Amazing.
we've both been sweating. I started it off first. This has been a heated conversation in the most positive way. And with that being said, big energy.
Rich before the money, baby. We out.